This is one of the sickest stuff that I've seen coming from the US justice system. Jesse Butler of Stillwater, this is from Oklahoma, originally faced 78 years in prison after being charged as an adult over 10 allegations, including rape, battery by strangulation, rape by instrumentation, and domestic assault involving 2 women. What do you think happened when this plea deal was reached for him to go to 78 years in prison? He's 18, by the way. This guy just got community service, community service, and counseling. And the judge in question is this Susan D. Wellington or whatever. So she had the power to accept this plea deal of, him going to 78 years in prison, which is what everybody should fucking do if they have half a brain cell in their fucking brain. She just said, that's not that bad, he's just a kid. He's 18, by the way. He's just a kid. By the way, he has got there's videos online of him strangling a girl and other crazy shit that I'm not gonna show on video. Like, there's so much evidence. And this is what ends up happening.
The privileged kid from a connected family who was charged as an adult with 10 felonies back in March, and who pleaded no contest to them in August. But by then, in the eyes of the state of Oklahoma, Jesse aged backwards, from adult to youthful offender. And that meant the 78-year prison.
A youthful offender is supposed to be someone that's a kid, right? A teenager, right? An 18-year-old is not a youthful offender. He's youthful, but since he's an adult, okay, he can vote, he can go to the army, he can drive. Shut the fuck
prison
up.
Term that Jesse received also aged backwards. It was suspended, all 78 years suspended, and it was replaced by community service and counseling and a curfew. If he keeps his nose clean until he turns 19, and he's 18 now, his record will be expunged. You won't be able to search any of the crimes that he committed. And can I tell you those documents?
This is when you'll notice this mom was way too supportive of this criminal dumbass retard. And what else you'll notice is they're very sure of themselves that they're going to win this. And she even mentions this. And this guy's going to cry, and yeah, you can make fun of this. It's pathetic. Yeah, we've all seen this clip. But god freaking damn it. These are a perfect example of people with connections in the state, in this city, overworking the system, basically having those connections work for them to save their son.
So we're here, we're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be very long, but there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs. So turn around for me. You have to put him in handcuffs? I know. You know we're going to win this. It's okay. Yeah. I'll get you out. For me? All right. Stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're coming to get you, okay? Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers. Okay, so he's going to go right to the city of Stillwater jail, and if you'll just contact her, then she does this all the time. She knows what to do. Yeah.
Make sure she knows Stillwater Police Department, not county.
Stillwater Police Department on Lewis. Yeah.
Let her know that we're the ones.
So you notice how she said Rick knows about this? So I'm guessing Rick is his dad. And even the title of the news, Nation Justice Denied, the title of the news even says, "A mother's promise, I'll get you out. We will win this." So that made me guessing, there's no way these people aren't corrupt dumbasses like half of the people in my country are, especially politicians, right? And they're using their power from their connections to save this kid's, life from going to jail for his whole life for this grapes and violence and stuff. And to my surprise, I just found that the news also covered it.
There is a third victim who, if she hasn't come forward, but can you blame her when you look at this as the justice that they get? Speculation is that Jesse Mac Butler's father is a man by the name of Mac Butler. And He was the head of football operations at OSU. So somebody with deep-rooted ties into the community, and that then leads you to the judge in this case.
I knew I was right. I have way too much experience coming from where I am with this corruption stuff.
Well, one of the judges in this case, Judge Susan Worthington, between her and her father, the Worthingtons have had a hold on that bench for over 50 years. So while you can't necessarily say definitively that, hey, there's this connection here because he's deep-rooted in football.
So this begs the question. If people are gonna go this far to say if a rapist, someone who's sexually assaulting, someone who's probably, maybe in the future, hopefully not, might kill somebody, and just because of connection, just because, hey, I know this kid's dad and he is my friend, let me help out his son. What do you mean? If I was the one, if I was a judge or whatever, and I found out a kid of my friends or relatives or even my siblings' kids, if I found out that they did shit like this, straight to fucking jail forever. Looks like people like me, and most probably you watching this video, looks like we're in the minority. Looks like people who have absolute power in the justice system, like this family had, all over Oklahoma, or maybe in just this city. I didn't research it that deep. I don't really need to research it as deep as this because I'm not a judge. I don't study law in the U.S. I just wanted to cover this to say, if this passes and if this is normalized, then who's gonna stop other future dumbasses, crazy asses like this guy doing even crazier stuff? Like, what happened? Youthful? Like, suddenly laws are changing just because he's got connections? Like, I've got way too much experience coming from the Balkans, coming from the southeastern part of Europe, where corruption is fucking rampant. Like, people are dying because of other people, and those other people aren't going to jail because they've got connections with the politicians, with the government. Okay? This is how you run a country. And I'm here telling you, from someone that comes from that kind of a country, please, people from the US, people from Oklahoma especially, you gotta boycott this. You gotta go crazy ham wired, okay? If this continues, you're gonna become a second-class country. Okay, maybe a second-class state, Oklahoma, let's just say that. Okay, because that's not justice system. Okay, that's a preference system. That's I'm gonna help out my buddy there because we're close. That's the system that it is. That's not a justice system. Everybody should be equal and everybody should be punished based on what they did. Nope, that's not happening. Okay, and this might get worse if people don't try and do something about this. Take care. Keep safe. I've got no other words to describe this whole situation, and have a nice day.